All right. I want to know what the fuck is going on in this country anymore. Can somebody explain it to me? Because I don't get it. We've lost our collective minds. And I see it every day. Every day I go uptown. Every single day. I see it on TV. I see it. I listen to it on the news. I listen to it just in conversations of people having on the street. Common sense has become a superpower that no one has anymore. Anymore. It's unbelievable. We'll be right back.
A little bit of crazy, but a whole lot of right. You're listening to the Average Joe Podcast with Damon Gilbert.
All right. This is Damon with Average Joe Nation. Thanks for coming by. I really mean that. And see my new hat? I'm going to be wearing this. I like this. This. I don't usually wear hats, but I really like this one. And I'm wearing sunglasses too. And the reason I do that is because I have a hard time looking in the camera all the time. So we're going to try it this way for a little while and see if I can't, I don't know. It's something different. Anyway, what I wanted to talk to you today about is the fact that the whole fucking country and the world as a whole has lost its goddamn mind. And I mean, I'm not exaggerating at all. Some of the stuff's going on right now is just beyond anything I could have thought 20 years ago would ever happen. How about you? Are you becoming acclimated to it? Do you hear things on TV or see things in public that 20 years ago you would not have been accepted? And now, for some reason, we as a society have decided that some of this stuff's okay. I mean, look at our leadership right now. Other than Trump, I mean, seriously, look at our leadership. Where are we at? Where are we? We've got a communist mayor in New York City. We've got a socialist running Seattle, Washington. All of them being run into the ground. We've got a school newspaper. Let me show you this one right quick. Let me get it up on screen here. Sorry, I should have had that already done. Let's see here. There we go. Look at this. I want you to take a look at this. School paper of murdered college student apologizes to illegal immigrant and not the victim. The paper says it caused harm by using words that do not align with its values. The hell kind of values are that? This is like Loyola University in Chicago. Of course, it's in Chicago, so do the math, right? Let's see. A student-run newspaper has apologized this week, but not to the peer who was murdered. Loyola University's Chicago student Sheridan Gorman, 18, was shot and killed on March 19th around 1 a.m., the Department of Homeland Security said. At the time, she had been walking in a park with friends. Now, the newspaper goes on to say, we deeply regret these errors. And what they mean by errors is calling him an illegal. Okay. And we're committed to continuing the high standards we hold for ourselves as journalists, which is laughable because they are not journalists by any stretch of the imagination. They're actors. That's all they are. They're actors. And they're being taught to do this at this university. It says here, DHS went on to accuse Jose Mendia, I guess, a Venezuelan criminal illegal alien, of wearing a mask and shooting Gorman as she attempted to run away. Now, Loyola University Chicago newspaper is apologizing for characterizing the accused as an illegal immigrant. It says, in the article published on Sunday, the Loyola Phoenix added an editor's note about language used in an Instagram post on Monday. It says the outlet first wrote that its original headline on Instagram read, "Immigrant man charged in murder of Sheridan Gorman, DHS involved," was inappropriate because it caused harm to community members. That headline did not reflect the most important elements in the story. Instead, it was taken down later to prevent any further harm to affected community members, the Loyola Phoenix began. Then the student-driven paper apologized for using the word illegal immigrant entirely. Now, I want to know something. If he's not an illegal immigrant, what in the fuck is he? Right? If he's here illegally and he came here breaking the law, he's an illegal immigrant. These chicken shit kids from these schools, I tell you what, they're going to run this country. They're going to run us directly into the ground. There should be anyone in academia at this point in our country's history are the enemy, okay? Because the vast majority of people there are what they consider lefties, Democrats, socialists, progressives, never done a day of work in their lives. And they are teaching our young how to act. And you talk to anybody that's got a kid in college, they will come back with some of the most bizarre stories and bizarre ways of looking at things. Hell, it's the same way in high schools anymore. My grandson's in high school right now. I got two of them in high school. And we have to answer questions all the time about what is being said within the confines of that school. We have to set them straight. And again, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but not their own facts. Telling young men that they're, I guess, too masculine, or they're, what is the latest term they use? Toxic masculinity is something to be ashamed of, is ridiculous. It's ridiculous. So anyway, more on this. Listen to this. No human's existence is illegal. This is what the paper was saying. It says, in the body of the original post, we described this man who was charged as an illegal immigrant using language provided by the Department of Homeland Security. That language does not align with Associated Press style, nor does it align with the values of this newspaper, the note said. No human existence is illegal. And we quickly changed our wording. We quickly changed our wording to reflect that. Now, right here it says, the Associated Press dropped the term illegal immigrant in 2013 and currently provides a bevy of alternate terms while declaring one should use illegal only to refer to an action, not a person. Illegal immigration, but not illegal immigrant. That makes absolutely no sense whatsoever. If you're involved in illegal immigration, then you, just by the sheer fact of being involved in that, it become an illegal immigrant. Stands to reason, doesn't it? The hell is wrong with everybody? We've lost our collective minds. So going on, the style guide goes on to say that terms like illegal or immigrants lacking permanent legal status or irregular migration are acceptable substitutes. The guide explicitly says not to use the terms alien, unauthorized immigrant, irregular immigrant, and illegal. Illegals are undocumented, except when quoting people at government or government documents. Okay, this is the one that really kills me. And this is a quote, many immigrants have some sort of documents, but not the necessary ones, it adds. Loyola's paper continued, saying it has acknowledged the harm such language can cause and the power and importance of the words we use. We regret deeply these errors, and we're committed to continuing the high standards we hold for ourselves as journalists and members of Loyola, Rogers Park, and Chicago communities, the message concluded. First of all, they're wrong. They're not journalists anymore, and there's no high standards here. It's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Blaze News reached out to the article's author, Lily Monroe, who's also listed as the editor-in-chief of the paper, but did not receive a response. I wonder what she looks like. Oh, Lily. Oh my goodness. Let's take a look at this. Hang on just a second. Let's go back. Let's bring her up on here. Oops. There we go. Hang on. Give me just a second here. That's her screen. Here we go. Here she is. Here she is. Let's get a look at this little gal. Yeah. Oh yeah. Lily Monroe, a senior, is the editor-in-chief of the Phoenix and has written for the paper since the first week of her freshman year. She is studying journalism, criminal justice, and political science. She was previously on the news team of the Phoenix and has contributed to local newspapers such as the Daily Herald and Block Club Chicago. She's originally from Columbus, Ohio. Malone enjoys staring longingly out over Lake Michigan and pigeon watching with her roommates. Did you read that? You want me to repeat that? Oh my God. Lily Monroe, a senior, enjoys staring longingly out over Lake Michigan and pigeon watching with her roommates. In other words, she's a fucking lunatic. And she's young and thinks she thinks she knows everything. This is the kind of shit that needs to end. These kind of people need to go away. And I can cut you some slack because you're just a punk kid. She's probably what, 20 maybe? I've got shoes older than that. She needs to watch herself. You need to listen to this. Lily, and it's Lilli. That's how we spell it. So right away, I'm suspect when you spell your name that way. I have no time for this kind of shit, guys. I don't. It's ruining this country. People like this are going to be in charge at some point. And then you wonder why cities are falling apart. This is ridiculous. Miss Monroe shouldn't be anywhere near a newspaper. And what's funny is because she's going to Loyola, she's probably going to end up in DC at some point doing something. This is where we get the lunatics, right here from academia. Author Lily Monroe. God, I swear to God, people like this, I just want to, I don't promote violence. I don't condone it, but we're going to have some pushback at some point in this country. We cannot let people like this run and ruin this country. We can't. We have to put our foot down. We have to put our foot down and say, that's enough is enough. And it's people like this that we're going to have to start with. Journalists, my ass. Give me a break. I've had it with these people. Had it up to my fucking forehead. Probably hasn't ever worked a day in her life. Probably comes from money. I don't know what the average cost of Loyola education is. It's probably in the hundreds of thousands of dollars. So her old man and her mom got money. I guarantee she's probably a trust fund baby, would be my guess. Never worked a day in her life. Doesn't know what going out and making a living even looks like. She's pathetic, and they're everywhere. These kind of people are everywhere. They're in your community. They're in your community. They're in your schools. They're in your government. They're everywhere. Again, as I started this program, what in the hell is going on in this country? It's gotten to the point now where it's laughable and it's becoming routine. And folks, that's scary. That's scary when anything like this is becoming routine. It can't happen. We have to stop it. So push back every chance you get. Push back every time you possibly can. If they tell you the sky's blue, tell them it's green. Okay? Whatever you have to do, always be a contrarian. Always question everything. This girl's she's probably never asked a question in her entire life. She's always gone with the flow. Socialism is a great thing in her book. I'm sure, I guarantee you she will go to Seattle and live just fine. But her mom and dad will pay the bills. I see this all the time. I got friends that have this very problem. They have children who badmouth the very system that pays their bills. And it's embarrassing. It's saddening, and it makes me very angry. It really does. So anyway, that's all I got for you today. Thanks for watching. And if you get a chance, I would really appreciate it. Down below, you would like and subscribe to the channel, and we'll talk some more. All right. You have a good day. Peace out.